Black Lives Matter protesters have been denied the right to demonstrate in Sydney today after a late-night court ruling. Let's go live now to 7 News reporter Amber Laidler. Now, Amber, thousands are vowing to defy the ban. They will be out protesting today.
Good morning, Mon and Matt. Yes, that's right. They've been told by police, the Premier, even the Prime Minister to stay home. But as you say, they aren't expected to listen. This challenge in the New South Wales Supreme Court lasted more than 4 hours last night. Rally organisers tried to argue it is the fundamental right of a democracy to be allowed to protest and COVID-19 safety measures would be followed. But police ultimately successfully argued that this protest would be in breach of current public health orders with more than 5,000 people expected to attend. Justice Fagan noted concerns about the possible spread of coronavirus and ruled that this protest would not legally be allowed to proceed. It means anyone who does protest today can be charged by police, but these demonstrators don't care. They say they are determined to support the Indigenous community and highlight the high rates of Indigenous Australians being incarcerated and dying in custody.
We're going to march. We don't care what any acts of law tells us what to do, because those acts of laws are killing us.
We'll have significant police resources out to manage any situation, and again, I would ask the people to obey the law as we will be enforcing the provisions of the Supreme Court decision.
Now, it isn't just in Sydney where protests are expected to go ahead today. Protests are planned across the country, including in Adelaide, where they have been told they are allowed to demonstrate. Also in Melbourne, where they have also been told to stay home.
All right, thank you, Amber.
Well, a huge Black Lives Matter mural has been painted near the White House as the president is slammed over comments he's made about George Floyd. Live now to our US correspondents. First to Amelia Brace in Washington, D.C. Amelia, a highly visible sign in the president's front yard.
Yeah, Matt, it's pretty wet front yard at the moment, but take a look at this. These giant yellow letters spelling out Black Lives Matter all the way down the road to the White House. In fact, this area has been renamed Black Lives Matter Plaza. The mayor says that this is a protest in itself about the brutal way that those protesters were cleared from this area earlier in the week for the president's media opportunity. The mayor has also called for troops to be removed from the streets here in the capital. We know that there are around 4,500 different forms of military here, including the National Guard, anticipating a big weekend of protests, potentially 1 million people taking to the streets tomorrow. The White House has been almost fortified in anticipation, and we know that streets here will close at around 6 a.m. tomorrow. The president has spoken out today defending his handling of this civil unrest, and in quite an odd moment he invoked the name of George Floyd, saying that he'd happily be watching down because of an unexpected improvement in the unemployment rate.
Hopefully George is looking down right now and saying there's a great thing that's happening for our country. There's a great day for him. It's a great day for everybody. This is a great day for everybody. This is a great, great day in terms of equality.
And guys, if the weather is like this, it will obviously affect numbers tomorrow. But already we know one person will not be in Washington, D.C., and that's the president.
All right, thank you. Now, Paul Caddick is in Los Angeles for us. Now, Paul, rallies are growing larger there this morning. We've just been looking at some aerial shots.
You'd like me to wait a minute. What are we waiting
Yeah, good morning. We've been with this group here in Santa Monica. You can still see hundreds of people, well, behind them, hundreds of people who are still part of this rally that's been part of this for the last couple of hours. Part of this protest that's been part of what has been around a dozen rallies happening in Los Angeles today, involving thousands of people making their voices heard. This group actually started on Venice Beach, coming along Venice Beach very early this morning up to Santa Monica. We've been through the streets of Santa Monica as this is happening in downtown Los Angeles. Out in the front of the Hall of Justice, police have been placing roses to honour lives lost to LA County Police as another day of Black Lives Matter rallies come across this greater Los Angeles area. Now, the call is basically for change. It's a call that's been echoing for days, for a couple of weeks now, since the death of George Floyd. And the Governor of California says that he agrees.
Black community does not need to change. We need to change. We have a responsibility to change. Our institutions need to change.
Now, this rally, as I said, has been going for several hours here in Santa Monica. We're expecting more throughout the day across Los Angeles. The bottom line for all of them, though, is they remain peaceful, and that's the message they want across. They're making as much noise as possible. They want their message heard, but it's all happening very peacefully right across Los Angeles.
That's good to hear for now. Thank you very much to Paul.